Good morning. This is the weather hazard briefing for Friday, December 9th. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm meteorologist Andrew McCon. Let's take a look at what's going on here for the next few days. Today will be the first wave of a long-duration winter storm that will be impacting portions of eastern Idaho. Generally expecting light accumulations with this first wave, however, but it will be coming through during the morning commute, so we're expecting some travel issues across the region this morning. We'll have a brief break in the snowfall later on this afternoon, continuing through early Saturday morning before the second wave, which will be more impactful snow, is expected Saturday. And this is going to be a very slow-moving system, and it will continue to impact the area through Monday. Looking at the satellite from across the western United States this morning, we can see these areas of cloud cover and precipitation moving through western and central Idaho. Again, this will overspread the rest of the area over the next couple of hours towards daybreak, leading to some light snowfall accumulations across much of the area. I mentioned that Saturday will be the second round, and this is going to be the most impactful portion of the time period where winter storm watches are in place for the areas highlighted in blue there. These will likely be upgraded to winter storm warnings at some point later today. Looking at the weather risk outlook, it's pretty self-explanatory. Snow is the main impact here over the next 4 days, with today and tomorrow likely being the most impactful time periods, especially as you get into the eastern highlands and the Wood River area here the next couple of days. But we will see some light snowfall accumulations everywhere here over the next few days. Things look to start to dry out late Monday into the early part of the day on Tuesday, but behind the snowfall and that system will be much colder air moving into the area. As far as high temperatures are concerned today, generally right around freezing in the Magic Valley, lower Snake Plain. As you get up into the higher terrain, generally mid to upper 20s expected today. As far as our snowfall amounts are concerned, again, it's kind of a fast-moving system, so only expecting about 1 to 2 inches across the interstate corridor as you head up into the higher terrain around Sun Valley, into the Highland Park area, and down into the Bear River Range. Probably see 3 to 5 inches of snow, maybe a tad bit more with this round as it moves through today. Looking at our probabilities of 1 inch of snow or more today, you can see the areas that are going to be most impacted with that today, but those numbers and those probabilities really drop off as you head towards 2 inches of snow or more, especially in the interstate corridor. So again, we're kind of pinpointing that 1 to 2 inch range as being our most likely snowfall in the interstate corridor, again, with those higher totals expected across the central mountains and eastern highlands. As we get into tomorrow, temperatures warm up just a little bit, especially as you head into the Magic Valley and into the Snake Plain, with our temperatures a few degrees above freezing. Not expecting much precip in these areas tomorrow, but with those warmer temperatures, if we do see any, could have a brief period of some rain, snow mix if we do get any precipitation in that area. But most of the precipitation tomorrow is going to fall in the central mountains, and you can see with those snowfall totals, it's quite obvious it's going to be a high-impact day across that area with 8 to 12 inches of snow currently forecast in the Sun Valley area. Certainly probably get some localized higher amounts, especially as you get above pass level in that area. But even as you move away from that region towards craters of the moon and into the Arco Desert, still expecting a few inches of snow likely in those areas. As we move into Sunday, that moisture kind of overspreads the rest of the region, and you can see some light additional snowfall accumulation expected along the interstate corridors in the 1 to 3 inch range. But again, some higher totals, primarily focused across portions of the central mountains, and as you get into some of the higher peaks down in the South Hills and over into the eastern highlands on Sunday. Snowfall looks to continue on Monday. I've mentioned that this is going to be a very slow-moving system, so that moisture lingers around the area. On Monday, it doesn't look like it's going to be a kind of continuous snowfall through the entire period, but we'll have multiple rounds of some light snow throughout the day. So over a 24-hour period, likely to see an additional 1 to 3 inches across much of the area on Monday with that system, with some localized higher amounts, again, across the higher peaks of southern Idaho. After the system moves out, the big story then becomes the colder temperatures. Certainly look like we're going to be ground zero for well below normal temperatures in that 6 to 10 day outlook. There's still a little bit of variability in the models, but it's definitely looking quite cold, with highs in the single digits likely across some of the higher terrain of eastern Idaho, with high temperatures in the teens expected across much of the population corridors. And it's potential that we could see some below zero overnight lows, even down into the Snake Plain. So again, we'll have to see how things play out here over the next few days, but certainly looking quite cold in that 6 to 10 day outlook. As far as our precipitation is concerned, though, not expecting anything too crazy. Generally near normal precipitation, probably trending on the drier side during that 6 to 10 day period. But we'll see how things play out over the next few days. But again, today's the first day of the long duration winter storm that will be impacting the area. So be prepared for extended winter weather across much of eastern Idaho here for the next few days. Thanks for joining us this morning, and hope you have a pleasant Friday.